COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
This was one of those days Wall Street would like to forget.
We just watched in the last week 3.28 million people laid off.
The American people need help, and they need it fast.
The bill is passed.
The largest rescue package in American history.
Bills are still coming in, but there's no money to budget with.
I can't get through to unemployment. I just keep trying.
You can't even log on.
I get absolutely nowhere.
You feel like the system has just completely failed on this?
I have been left behind.
It has been living hell on both me and my daughter.
It's really stressful.
She needed help, and you could tell by looking at her.
And I'm gonna cry, and I won't apologize for that.
Me and my wife would like to make a $5,000 donation to you.
That's awesome.
She's incredible.
I'm going to give you $5,000.
No.
The original concept of Make Ends Meet was to help families balance their budgets through difficult times. COVID-19 had gutted families completely. Unemployment, furlough, we heard that time and time again. But then something happened. The state benefits weren't rolling in. As we featured these families, we had what we call unconditional generosity. Our viewers wanted to help those people make ends meet.
A single mom and her daughters turn to food stamps and food lines after the state's unemployment system denies a request for benefits. We first told you about the furloughed preschool teacher, Nikki DaCosta, a week ago today.
Yeah, but new tonight, help is on the way. A retired police officer offers unconditional generosity. News 6 investigator Mike Holfeld is in the newsroom with this touching story. Mike.
Ginger, one of my favorites, that's all I can tell you. This story provided a connection no one could have predicted. A former Coral Springs police officer who happens to watch News 6 actually knew Nikki DaCosta's school very, very well. His name is Larry Saxon, a former first responder who wants to give back one more time.
I did 25 years in law enforcement, 22 of them with the city of Coral Springs.
He's a retired motorcycle cop with a connection to a preschool in the city he once served.
I've driven all through and around that school in Coral Springs.
Larry Saxon tells News 6 he saw the story of Nikki DaCosta.
I feel like I'm gonna get depressed.
A preschool teacher with that very school at Christ Church Coral Springs. A single mom, suddenly furloughed.
I had to turn to going to the mall to get the free food.
Struggling to get unemployment benefits to make ends meet.
Whether they're pre-K or whether they're 12th grade, they deserve more than what they get, and it's just my way of saying thanks.
We asked Officer Saxon, now an incident management coordinator for the Florida Turnpike,
I watch Channel 6 all the time up here in Orlando,
to deliver his financial goodwill as only he could.
We kind of ran parallel paths. I just wanted to reach out and help you.
Nikki was already emotional and never expected what would come next.
So with that being said, I'm going to give you $5,000.
No.
Hopefully that will get you to August when you go back to work.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
I just wanted my story to be heard.
It was heard loud and clear.
By August 25th, $60,000 had been donated to families across the state from people watching Make Ends Meet. But something else happened. Many families looked to us as their last hope. So we built up a network with the State Unemployment Office, with state and Washington lawmakers, and with the IRS. And together we reviewed these cases and helped these families get the benefits they needed.
If you just make sure they reach out to my office, we'll do everything we can to be helpful to them.
I think, after 3 months, they would have gotten something right by now.
Her DEO account has been pending and locked for months. We contacted State Senator Randolph Bracey's office. They are hoping for some resolution to her issue.
No checks at all.
News 6 contacted State Senator Janet Cruz. Her office responding, we will assist her right away.
But unfortunately, the account is still locked.
State Senator Victor Torres represents Perry's district.
Can we give this young man some hope? Will you work for him?
We'll work for him.
Daniel Stone is one of more than 1,000 names hand-delivered to the governor's office Monday afternoon. Names of unemployed workers gathered by News 6 and state lawmakers, including Senate Minority Leader Gibson and State Senator Linda Stewart.
We're getting things done.
by working together on this.
Now I owe an overpayment on something that I'm eligible for.
News 6 found the mistake. Look, the last quarter of 2019 was replaced by the last quarter in 2018. We shared her story with the DEO in Tallahassee.
We presented the facts and got results. The DEO has identified the problem, and they tell us Pamela will be getting new checks with the right name.
New at 5 now, a single dad out of work since April has now been caught in a DEO dead end.
He says his unemployment checks stopped after just 2 payments. News 6 investigator Mike Holfeld has been looking into this. He is in the newsroom now with more. Mike?
Thanks, Lisa. Good evening. The DEO's status, frankly, sounded great. Eligible, redetermined. But the single dad was getting no benefits, no answers. So guess what? He took his mother's advice and sent an email to News 6 and Make Ends Meet.
My mom's a big fan of yours, and she's the one that actually asked me to reach out to you.
Todd Hankey is an unemployed chef with an 8-year-old daughter to support and a fading bank account.
It's definitely been tough, especially being a single parent. You know, it makes things a little challenging.
Challenging because his DEO benefits account, his only source of income, stopped after just 2 payments. That was back in June. He's been out of work since April 5th.
Frustrating for you?
Well, it's a little frustrating, yeah, because I don't understand what exactly the holdup was if it got approved.
The DEO website offers more mystery than math. Status, eligible, redetermined. We checked. His W-2 confirms he is eligible for unemployment benefits. Yet he hadn't seen a state or federal check in months.
Mom was right. Listen to Mama.
48 hours after News 6 contacted the DEO, the first wave of unemployment benefits were deposited in his bank account.
With your help, it was able to happen that quickly. It was very relieving.
Todd Hankey's tale is the latest success story in the Make Ends Meet commitment to the people of Florida. Just ask Sarah Black.
Now I don't have to wake up wondering if I'm going to have a roof over my head.
We featured this single mom on August 18th. Her account was on indefinite hold. Not anymore.
I will be honest, I was a little skeptical, but when I got the results so quickly, I was amazed.
Since the COVID outbreak took hold, News 6 has been working with the DEO along with state and Washington lawmakers to help families get the benefits they deserve.
We have worked together to get results for many of these individuals.
So we're getting things done by working together on this.
State Senator Linda Stewart says presenting the cases to the Department of Employment Opportunity has been a game changer for hundreds of Florida families.
They don't hear the real stories of people that are suffering. We do.
We do, and we're going to continue to tell them. You know, it's been roughly 6 months since we started Make Ends Meet. News 6 has helped Florida families receive, are you ready? Nearly $300,000 in state and federal jobless benefits. State Senator Simmons has helped 500 families. Senator Stewart, another 500. So we're working for you. The DEO continues to work with us, and I got to tell you, they've been tremendous. We're working together, and folks, we're just getting started. We really don't know where this will evolve next, but the Make Ends Meet concept shows the importance of media and community working together in difficult times.
It's a community thing, and it spreads like fire. And if we could do that all the time, we'd be so much better off as a world.